Technology can be used in physical education for a number of purposes. These include the evaluation of physical fitness, the collection of data on athletes' performance, and the teaching of sports skills, strategies, and rules, as well as exploring topics like health and related fitness. In this project, we'll discuss why we should include technology within the subject of physical education and health, and how it can benefit both our students and staff. So, why bother? You might be asking yourself, why should we include technology within our PE classes if the focus is on the development of a healthy body and lifestyle? Or, there's nothing wrong with the way we've always done it, why add technology and make it more difficult for everyone? My argument to this is simply that technology is evolving how we teach every subject within our school. Why not teach physical education and health-related content with the bonus of using technology that will help us evolve as active, healthy individuals? Including technology will aid both the student and the instructor in ways that could not be done without it. We will be able to change the culture and attitudes towards being healthy individuals. PE teachers and coaches will add variability to their toolkit in the classroom or gym. We will be able to gain increased focus and engagement from students that we may not have otherwise been able to reach. Instructors will have access to instruction that can be modified based on what level of student is in the physical education class, and they will be able to practice physical education skills along with another core subject. According to the CDC, today 1 in 5 school-aged children and young people are considered obese, and that's a figure that has tripled since the 1970s. Their website lists many reasons for the dramatic increase, but among them are metabolism, eating and physical activity behaviors, short sleep duration, and negative childhood events. All of these factors can be discussed in a PE class, and students can learn how to make positive adjustments to a healthier lifestyle. Now, unfortunately, the first thing that comes to my mind when I hear the words technology in the classroom is a student sitting behind a computer or a tablet screen. And adding this image into a physical education class sets off alarms in my mind. So when researching this topic, there were several websites that posed the question, is technology making us lazy? According to the Journal of Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance, lowered levels of physical activity can be attributed, at least in part, to advancements in modern technology, and most specifically video games, which have been shown to lead to less regular physical activity and reduced energy expenditure throughout the day. But in a PE class, these advancements can be used to do wonderful things in regards to our students and their overall health. Now, there are many students and even adults that have a negative view of physical education and physical activity. Maybe I don't like to sweat, or maybe I don't have any interest in sports, or maybe I'm just not a team player. It doesn't matter what the previous opinion was, there's an activity out there that can be found that will pique the interest of even the least physically fit student. When interviewing Dr. Sarah Biggs with Fort Smith Public Schools, she gave me this advice in regards to using technology in the classroom. She went on to explain that face-to-face instruction is so important for brain development, especially in the younger ages. Interacting with a person instead of a tool is very important to her as an administrator. So if we're doing a basketball unit and working on dribbling, would I want to also push my students to wear new pedometers we got in last week? No way. Not only will it confuse our students, but one has nothing to do with the other. We need to make sure we're using our tools at the appropriate times. In my research of this subject, I found an endless amount of ways to integrate different technologies into PE instruction, but there were many instructors who said they only use emerging technologies around 10% of the time, while the remaining 90% involves no technology whatsoever. Just like in traditional classrooms, technology can and should be used to enhance teaching methods in physical education, not as a replacement. Give a child a choice between a book and a tablet, and he or she will choose the tablet every time. Now, why is this? There's an endless amount of possibilities within the tablet, whereas the book will always tell the same story. And because of this attraction to technology, students are much more eager to complete the tasks and goals for the day. Mike Genicola, who is a PE teacher from Stratford, Connecticut, found a way to breathe life back into his jump roping unit. he stated that students had different reasons for being uninterested. He came up with a gamification system for his jump roping unit that allowed students to earn martial arts belts for levels of success based on rubrics adapted for different grade levels. Genicola said that suddenly the jump roping unit was taken up a notch and it became a seriously challenging sport. The gamification system and his use of a tablet during assessment added small doses of technology to the unit, but did not overtake the focus of the overall goals. In improving the level of attention, there's also going to be an equal improvement of understanding and retention of the subject. Using tools such as wearable tracking monitors, GPS units, and physically active video games such as Dance Dance Revolution can all provide real-time analysis and monitoring of student exertion and accuracy, in addition to increasing the level of fun. There are also programs out there that will improve the social aspect of the physical education class. Teachers can develop your own programs, for example, within the Wii gaming system that can promote movement and analysis, and that can also lead to student-led discussion of what has occurred in the classroom. So I'm going to Support Real Teachers organization. I'm going to head to their website. Let's see while this loads. So I'm going to their home and search page, and I'm going to go ahead and search for technology. So to search for some of the tools within their website, and you can see that there are a lot of things that come up here. I'm going to go ahead and click on technology in PE. And then, so you can see that all of these pop up. So I can click on gamification to learn how to gamify a skill. There's Google Apps, Google Forms, additional resources. So this is definitely a source that I would use quite a bit. Learning styles and abilities vary in PE classes just as they do in any other setting. Some students may have prior knowledge of understanding how to throw and catch and what is needed to master the skill. Others may have never attempted to throw at this point in their lives. So it's important to be able to reach both sets of children and everyone in between while still being able to foster improvement of the skill without holding the other back. Using oral instruction as well as video instruction, we're able to provide a greater level of understanding for both groups. So I found an article titled Innovative Ways to Use Technology to Enhance Rather Than Hinder Physical Activity Among Youth. It mentions that active video games are appealing to children and adolescents, and they increase motivation toward fitness and contribute to improvements in body coordination, functional mobility, and the ability to follow movement cues and directions. The article also goes on to list the Xbox gaming systems with the corresponding active video games that they proclaim are the best at keeping children active and engaged. Also, they list smartphone apps as another way to keep kids active. I found a quote from a PE teacher from Cockeysville Middle School in Maryland, Bob Russell, who says, "Smartphones are here to stay, so we need to find ways to use them in educational environments." He implemented a course of orienteering that used the students' smartphones, so they were able to use their phones in class. Gotta love that. But it promoted navigation. They were able to gain cardiovascular conditioning through these interval workouts. They were able to acquire fitness knowledge and solve math equations. So technology can be extremely useful when it furthers or deepens the student's learning. According to the website for Adapted Physical Education National Standards, adapted physical education is physical education that has been adapted or modified so that it's appropriate for the person with a disability as it is for a person without a disability. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act mandates that the education of those with disabilities may include autism, emotional disturbance, deafness, speech impairment, among many others. I found an article that was titled Tablet Technology to Monitor Physical Education IEP Goals and Benchmarks, that detailed the ways that adapted physical education instructors can harness technology to make their caseloads more manageable. So previously, using paper and pencil, they would have giant files that they would have on however many students that they had, sometimes up to 70 or greater. They would have to transfer the information onto individual score sheets in order to plan appropriate individualized progressions, and then share those papers with the IEP team members and their students' parents. Instead of that, they were able to use the cloud and using their tablets to share real-time progress and results for those in their care. This clearly communicates the progression of each student toward achieving their long-term goals and translates into improved collaboration among team members and communication with parents at the IEP meetings. This will help the APE teachers to make informed, data-driven decisions that will result in greater collaboration among IEP team members, students' parents, and will provide more effective instruction in student progress and learning. So I'm going to head to the Shape America website. This is a really good site for anybody in the PE world. You can see they list professional development. They have national standards that you can check out, but I'm going to go to resources and publications. I'm going to head down to online tools and hit the teacher's toolbox. And then I'm going to go down to adapted PE, so just the subject that we were covering there. And you can see it's got a lot of resources that can be used here. Different ideas, curriculums that can be used, journal articles, templates that can be used for this subject. So there's been a push for a multidisciplinary focus among different subjects. Literacy, for example, is an area that many administrators are looking to boost their levels in regards of attention. So how are we supposed to do this? We read and discuss those readings in a social studies or a science context. The same can be done in a physical education class. So with a focus on standardized testing and being prepared for those, PE instructors can take a multidisciplinary approach, even if that's not where their background is, by using an interactive wall. In short, students will use skills that they've learned in their PE classes and skills that they've developed in their math classes or social studies classes, as we'll see in this video. So you'll be able to see that the students will use skills from both areas in order to reach their goal during their turn. So I'll go ahead and hit play here. So in doing this, not only will the students have additional practice that he or she may not have had, it will allow both instructors an opportunity to collaborate when discussing appropriate ways to integrate the subjects. Here we go to conclusion. So we've discussed how technology can be used in physical education in many different ways that will come to the aid of both faculty and students in our schools. From helping to motivate and change the culture around being healthy, to adding additional tools into the instructor's hands, being able to work on skills related to PE and other core subjects. Technology has a lot to offer in the world of physical education.